Hello students, welcome to our culture course class. Today we are going to learn about another great person. He is Shankaracharya. The lesson's name is Shankara, right? So here I have written some main points of the story on the board, on the whiteboard, so that we can discuss about it, right? And are you watching the videos? Okay, some animated videos which I am keeping in the group. Okay, along with this teaching video, at the end of this video, you also can watch the animated video with pictures. Okay, do enjoy it, don't miss it, right? Here we move forward to the lesson. Shankaracharya. He is known as Adi Shankaracharya. In our lesson, the name of the lesson is Shankara. Who was Shankara? Shankara was the greatest religious teacher. Okay, Shankara was a greatest religious teacher, right? In this lesson, we are going to learn what made him so great. Why is he considered so great? Okay, because he explained about the truths about God to the people around him. Okay, he found out the truths about God and he spread this message among the other people in the country. That is the reason he is considered the greatest religious teacher not only in India but all over the world, right? Now, he was born, okay, Shankara was born 1200 years ago. Okay, he was born 1200 years ago in a village called Kalati, also known as Kaladi in these days. Okay, he was born in the village Kalati, which is in Kerala, okay, our South India. Let us know about his parents. His father's name was Shivaguru. His mother was Aryamba. Okay, his father was Shivaguru and his mother's name was Aryamba. Okay, then let us learn about his childhood. What all events occurred in his childhood when he was a small boy? Okay, when he was 5 years old, he lost his father. Okay, his father died. He passed away when Shankara was 5 years old. So, as per the ceremony, like they give a sacred thread to young boys. Okay, you might have seen some Brahmins also wearing that Upanayana. Okay, it is a big ceremony where they put a thread around the shoulder to the trunk. Okay, so because his father wasn't there, the relatives gave sacred thread to Shankara when Shankara was 5 years old. Right? We are learning about Shankara, the greatest religious teacher, and we will learn many things about his greatness. He learned all Vedas and Shastras by when he was 7 years old. Okay. By the time he was 7 years old, he learned all the Vedas and Shastras at such a tender age, right? And we are going to discuss now about an incident that occurred at the river called Purna. Something happened near the river Purna when Shankara was a small boy. So one day when his mother went to bath in the Purna river, okay, after some time his son also followed and it happened like his mother was on the bank of the river and our Shankara entered the river. Okay, Shankara, who was a small boy, he entered the river. When he entered the river to bath, a big crocodile came and it caught his leg. Okay, the crocodile caught Shankara by his leg. There was no way for Shankara to escape from the crocodile. because he had learned the Vedas, Shastras, he had lot of knowledge. So his mother on the other side of the bank, okay, she was on the bank of the river Purna and looking at her son, she was crying endlessly because no one wants to see their son in such situation. Shankara understood that the crocodile won't leave him now. Then immediately he shouted, he screamed, and he said to his mother who was crying on the bank of the river, "Oh mother, just give me permission to become a sannyasi." Okay, give me permission to become a sannyasi, because becoming sannyasi is considered as a rebirth. Okay, people say that if you become a sannyasi, then you are born again. Why did Shankara say these words? He said these words because he thought, anyhow this crocodile is not going to leave me, I may die now. So if I take up if I become a sannyasi, maybe it will be like a rebirth. There might be a chance for the crocodile to leave me. So that is the reason they should take permission of the parents, right? Whoever wants to become a sadhu or sannyasi, they should take permission of their parents and relatives. So he asked his mother who was crying on the river bank that, "Permit me, please give me permission to become sannyasi. Then only I can escape from this crocodile," he said. His mother, who is Aryamba, okay, she said, "Okay, I give you permission to become sannyasi," she says. So the crocodile immediately, it leaves the leg of Shankara. It leaves Shankara. So from this incident we can understand that Shankara was destined to become a sannyasi. Sannyasi is a sadhu. They are the people who move around places and they spread the message or the truths about God. They talk about the spirituality. They walk all around. Okay, so what happened next? The incident at Purna river, it was like a second birth to become sannyasi. So Shankara, when he was 8 years old, he became a sannyasi. At such a tender age. If one becomes sannyasi, if anyone becomes sannyasi, they have to leave their family, okay? They have to leave their family, father, mother, relatives, their village, everything, all comforts, money, everything they have to leave. And they should move around to spread the message or truths about God. So, our Shankara, who was 8 years old, from Kerala, he first moved to the state of Gujarat. Where is Kerala and where is Gujarat? It's such a long distance, right? And in those days, there weren't any trains or buses. Shankara had to walk all the distance. So he walked all the distance from his Kalati village to Gujarat. Then what happened? Let's move forward and learn. Okay. When he was in Gujarat, on the banks of river Narmada, okay, on the banks of river Narmada, he met Rishi Govindapada. When he went to Gujarat, on the banks of the river Narmada, there was a Rishi, his name was Govindapada. So Shankara sat at his feet, okay. Shankara Acharya sat at his feet and he learned about religious truths, okay. He learned many things from this Rishi Govindapada, right. Then what happened next? Next he went to the place called Kashi. Okay, he went to Kashi, and there he wrote many important books which were related to Vedas and Shastras. In Kashi he wrote many important books explaining Vedas, what are the facts in Vedas and Shastras. He wrote many books, right? Then he also argued with learned Pandits. argued is not in the negative way, but he discussed what is the reality about spirituality or God. He discussed with the learned scholars and pandits and taught them truth about God, and he teached them. Okay, he taught them what is the truth about God as he saw. Okay, as he has learned what he understood, he taught this learned pandits. Right? Then he traveled all over the country, our country India. Okay, all over the country, in all the states, more than once on foot. Okay, can you walk? Can you walk even 1 kilometer? No, even I can't. But Shankaracharya, he walked all over the country spreading the message, okay, to people about the truths of God. He visited many kshetras. Kshetras are holy places like Kashi, Sri Shailam, such kind of places. Okay, these are kshetras. So when he went to the kshetras, he settled there and he composed songs. Okay, he wrote many songs praising the God there, because it is a holy place. In Kashi, we find Lord Shiva as the deity. So he wrote many songs and composed many songs and prayers, okay, for the deities there. Even today also, we hear people singing these songs which are composed by Shankaracharya. Okay, hundreds of songs are even being sung even today also. Just to relate, one such song is the very popular Bhaja Govindam. Okay, it's like this. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Modamate. This is one of his songs composed by Adi Shankaracharya. So, Shankara also found many matas. Okay, matas are the learning centers. He founded many matas, the learning centers. What are these matas for? For spreading his message of religious truths. So matas were the places where he would give lectures or he would give his message about the truths about God. Even today also, these mathas are doing a very good work, right? They are called as mutts these days. Okay. So, who were the people who spread these messages about the truth of God or whatever Shankaracharya explained in the books? Who were the people who spread, okay, who were instrumental, who were helped him in spreading this message? Shankaracharya had 4 disciples. Okay, disciples means students. Okay, Shishyas, 4 disciples. Right? Who were they? Padmapada, first one. First disciple was Padmapada. Second, his name was Hastamalaka. Third, Sureshwara. Fourth, Trotaka. So, Shankaracharya had 4 disciples. Right? Who were they? Padmapada, Hastamalaka, Sureshwara and Trotaka. So, how many years he lived? Adi Shankaracharya lived for only 32 years. Very short life. He died at the age of 32. His life was short. But in his span of this 32 years, such a short life, he did much to spiritualize the Indian way of living, okay, to spread the truths about God to everyone. He did a lot. So, we honor him on the 5th day of Chaitra Masa every year as his birthday. So, as we celebrate the birthdays of great people, we also celebrate the birthday of Adi Shankaracharya on the 5th day of Chaitra Masa. Masa means month, right? So what do people do on this day? They worship him and they also read his books, right? Do read the lesson from the textbook, students, and also learn the meanings. And don't miss the video and pictures, okay? These pictures tell a lot about the story. Don't mind the language, but pictures will explain, they tell a lot about the story of Adi Shankaracharya. Right, students? That's all for today. Thank you.